Douglas Adams, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Chapter 4. Far away on the opposite spiral arm of the galaxy, 500,000 light years from the star soul, Jafford Beeblebrox, president of the Imperial Galaxy government, sped across the seas of Damogran, his ion drive delta boat twinkling and flashing in the Damogran sun. Damogran the hot, Damogran the remote, Damogran the almost totally affordable. Damogran secret home of the heart of gold. The boat sped on across the water. It would be some time before it reached its destination because Damogran is such an inconveniently arranged planet. It consists of nothing but middling to large desert islands separated by very pretty but unknowingly wide stretch of ocean. The boat sped on. Because of this topographical awkwardness, Damogran has always remained a deserted planet. This is why the Imperial Galactic Government chose Damogran for the Heart of Gold project because it was so deserted and the Heart of Gold project was so secret. The boat jipped and skied across the sea that lay between the main islands of the Omni archipelago of any useful size on the whole planet. Jafford Beeblebrox was on his way from the tiny spaceport of Easter Island. The name was an entirely meaningless coincidence. In galactic speak, Easter means small, flat, and light brown. To the heart of Gold Island, which by another meaningless coincidence was called France. One of the side effects of work on the Heart of Gold was a whole string of pretty meaningless coincidences. But it was not in any way a coincidence that today, the day of the culmination of the project, the great day of unveiling, the day that Heart of Gold was finally to be introduced to a marveling galaxy, was also the great day of culmination for Jafford Beeblebrox. It was for the sake of this day that he had first decided to run for the presidency, a decision which had sent shockwave of astonishment throughout the Imperial Galaxy. Jafford Beeblebrox, president, not Jafford Beeblebrox, not the president. Many had seen it as a clinching proof that the whole of known creation had finally gone bananas. Jafford grinned and gave the boat an extra kick of speed. Jafford Beeblebrox on the bench, XCP, good timer, crook, quite possibly, manic self-published, terribly bad at personal relationship, often thought to be completely out to lunch. President? No one had gone bananas, not in that way at least. Only 6 people in the entire galaxy understood the principle on which the galaxy was governed, and they knew that once Jafford Beeblebrox had announced his intention to run as president, it was more or less a fait accompli. It was ideal presidency further. President, full-title president of the Imperial Galaxy government. The term imperial is kept though it's now an anachronism. The Hittite emperor is nearly dead, and he's been for many centuries. In the last moment of his dying coma, he was locked in a stasis field, which kept him in a state of perpetual unchanginess. All his hair are now long dead, and this means that without any drastic political upheaval, power has simply and effectively moved along or two down the ladder and is now unseen vested in a body which used to act simply as advisor to an emperor. An elected government assembly headed by a president elected by the assembly, in fact, is best to know such place. The president in particular is very much of a figurehead. He wields no real power whatsoever. He is apparently chosen by the government, but the quality he is required to display are not those of leadership, but those of finely judged outrage. For this reason, the president is always a controversial choice, always an infuriating but fascinating character. His job is not to wield power, but to draw attention away from it. On those criteria, Jafford Beeblebrox was one of the most successful presidents the galaxy has ever had. He has already spent 2 of his 10 presidential years in prison for fraud. Very few people realized that the president and the government had virtually no power at all, and of these few people, only 6 know, hence ultimate political power is wielded. Most of the others secretly believe that the ultimate decision-making process is handled by a computer. They couldn't be more wrong. What they completely failed to understand was why Jafford was doing it. He banked sharply, shooting a wild water of water at the sun. Today was the day. Today was the day when they would realize what Jafford had been up to. Today was what Jafford Beeblebrox's presidency was all about. Today was also his 200th birthday, but that was just another meaningless coincidence. As he skipped his boat across the seas, Damoran, he smiled quietly to himself about what a wonderful, exciting day it was going to be. He relaxed and spread his 2 arms lazily along the seat back. He steered with an extra arm. His destiny had pitted just beneath his right one to help improve his ski boxing. Hey, he cooled himself. You are a real cool boy, you. When he is nervous, sang a song shriller than a dog whistle. The island of France was almost 20 miles long, 5 miles across the middle, sandy and crescent-shaped. In fact, it seemed to exist not so much as an island in its own right, as simply a mean of defining the sweep and curve of the huge bay. This impression was heightened by the fact that the inner coastline of the crescent consists almost entirely of steep cliffs. From the top of the cliff, the land slopes slowly down 5 miles to the opposite shore. On top of the cliff stood a reception committee. It consists in large part of the engineer and researcher who had built the Heart of Gold, mostly humanoid, but here and there were a few reptiloid and auto-minior, 2 or 3 green, silver-like megalactician and octopodic fissustratus and 2 and hulubu. Hulubu is a super intelligent shape of the color blue. All except Hulubu were resplendent in their multicolor ceremonial lab coat. The hullabaloo had been temporarily retracted into a freestanding prism for the occasion. There was a mood of immense excitement thrilling through all of them. Together and between them they had gone into and beyond the furthest limit of physical laws, restructured the fundamental fabric of metal, strained, twisted, and broken the law of possibility and impossibility, but still the greatest excitement of all seemed to be to meet a man with an orange sash round his neck. An orange sash was what the president of the galaxy traditionally wore. It might not even have made much difference to them if they'd known exactly how much power the president of the galaxy actually wielded. None of all. Only 6 people in the galaxy knew the job of the galactic president was not to wield power, but to attract attention away from it. Jafford Beeblebrox was amazingly good at his job.